Alright guys, so this is going to be part 2 of my Vietnam collection. My first video I made earlier today was on more like my gear and jackets and different things like this. This is more focused on headgear and some liners and a few other random things. But it looks like, as you can tell, I got a lot of Vietnam era helmets. I got about 15 here, which most of you who follow me know I have a lot of helmets in my collection, period. I've got 86 total helmets right now. And I've actually got some, I'm going to be parting with. There's a gun show coming up. I'm hoping to take them and trade them or sell them. Nothing World War II or real old. Actually going to be some of these here on this table. After a while, you just get a lot of random stuff, and sometimes you just got to kind of cut back on what you have in order to make room for new things. But anyways, part 2 of Vietnam military collection. I'm going to start here at this first helmet. This one here is, obviously, all these are going to be Vietnam era shells. Some are World War II helmets were used in Vietnam as well, but these are all Vietnam era made helmets. This is an Ingersoll. It's got a 1974 type chin strap set up there. The liner with it, I believe, is a Marmac. It's dated 1969. See that there? And overall, the inside looks really well. It's a very nice helmet and liner setup right there. And I paid $35 for this setup, which that's not too bad, I don't guess, especially with the good condition liner. Like I said, that's an Ingersoll. And one thing I want to say real quick is most Vietnam helmets were made by either Ingersoll or Parrish. Those are the main two. There was also a third company called, I believe it's RJ Stampings in Canada. I believe they made some towards the end of Vietnam War, maybe in the early 70s, mid 70s. I'm not real familiar with them that much as like I said, the Ingersoll or Parrish, but I believe I do have one RJ Stampings I'm going to get to in a minute, and I'll show you that as well. This second helmet here is also an Ingersoll. Someone drew with a Sharpie or marker on there. Looks like a couple M16s through a skeleton or a skull with the patch and says Commando. It's got a very nice liner in here. Overall good condition. It's also got the mid to late 70s chin strap set up. This one, let's see, this one I paid $40 with it. So it's got a really nice liner. If I can get it out of here. Pretty nice liner right there. Which I'm trying not to spend too much time on each helmet liner setup, because this will be a long video. But anyways, like I said, that was another Ingersoll. This third helmet here, moving on. This one is a Parrish helmet. And really the way you can tell the difference is the font of the heat stamp, and sometimes even the location, which locations can vary, but the font, the size of the numbers and the type of numbers, that's how you can tell, who made it. This one, see, it's got a blue 79 on the front and a blue 79 on the back, which I'm guessing is like some kind of a trainee number, maybe through a training class or something. And this was actually uncovered. I did some paint removal videos and stuff, which I don't believe this was in one of them, but this was actually just painted a helmet, and I removed the paint and uncovered the 79s, which is really cool. Kind of adds a little history and characteristic to the piece. It's got an awesome liner here made by, let's see, I want to say this one's a Firestone. I'll have to check again, but check this out. This liner on the back's got a 45 and there's a 37 under it. Then it says MSS/SUPP, which I'm guessing is supplies. If anybody knows what MSS is, the numbers would mean, that would be cool to find out more about this. Overall, nice liner and helmet setup there. I paid $15 for the helmet, and the liner I got for free, so that's always good. Like I said, this is a Parrish, and let me go ahead and show you real quick the difference in the fonts between the Parrish and the Ingersoll. Bear with me just a second. Okay, this helmet here, let's see. It's right in here. I'm going to try my best to get it to pull up. It'll zoom in. I don't know if it's going to quite work out or not, but See, this is an Ingersoll. I know you probably can't see it well. I'm sorry about that. They have real defined numbers. I mean, just a very good number system with that compared to the Parrish, which, let's see, right down here. Let's see if I can get to zoom in. I don't think this is going to quite work out like I would hope for it to. As most of you guys know, I use my cell phone. Anyways, see, there's the numbers there, 6321. And see, this is a Parrish helmet, and the Parrish ones, you know, have more of a almost like a cursive number system. I know it sounds weird because you think of cursive lettering, but the numbers are more kind of squiggly. You know, they're not as straight and perfect as the Ingersoll numbers. But maybe another time I can do a better video on the difference between them. Moving on here, this is also a Parrish helmet. This one's got a red 69 on the front, which I uncovered, and on the back, it's got a white 810. Probably some kind of trainee number or something, more than likely. This helmet also has a really nice liner. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Well, it's got a nice liner here. This liner is dated 1974, and I paid what is it? I think it was $15 for the liner, and the helmet was, let's see, the helmet was $10. But like I said, really nice liner right there, made by Firestone. Check that out. Great liner. I like the condition of the sweatband. I like the look of it. So that's a pretty good deal right there. Moving on here, I've got this one, which it's been painted like the grayish naval gray. So I'm guessing this was a naval helmet. I'm not sure what SMOW means. I don't know if it's a last name or, you know, abbreviation for something. And overall, this is a great helmet. It's got a nice liner with it, and this one has it's a World War II Westinghouse mold. It's actually known as a micarta helmet. It's dated 1961. You see, the inside looks really good. Like I said, this would be more of a late Korean War or Korean era to early Vietnam liner. And another thing you notice about this, it has a stainless steel rim, which I had heard that supplies, there was still a little bit left over from World War II, and they started using them with some of the Vietnam era helmets. That could just be a rumor, who knows, but a nice helmet there. Moving on here, this is the one I mentioned might be a RJ Stampings, made in Canada. See, this one's got a spray painted camo on there. I wasn't very enthused about this helmet. I got it off eBay. It was $19, but I kind of like it now. It's got a pretty nice liner here, a piece of a chin strap. Doesn't have the whole one. Let's see. This one is a cool liner. See, it's an MP, which is military police liner. And also on the side here, it's got 217. So like the 217th. That's really cool. Great liner. It's not all there, but this one, I think I did pretty well. Like I said, $19. Can't beat that. Moving on here, I've got this. This is an Ingersoll helmet. It's got a Mitchell cover on it. The cover is dated 1969. And this one is actually a paratrooper liner. Let me get it right here. See, it's got the A, I'm trying to think, the canvas A's right there with the chin strap would buckle on to it. Nice helmet and liner setup there. This one I paid, this one was, let me think, $15 for that, which I did really good. I'm happy about that. I'm going to try to speed this video up, and I might not pull every liner out, but moving on here, this is also Vietnam era Mitchell cover. It's dated 1974, which is right at the end of basically the U.S. involvement. This one also has the same liner. It's also got a paratrooper liner, which this one's not as good a condition as the other one. But these display really nice with the covers. My wife had to stitch this one up for me because it was all ripped up when I got it. This one I've got $48 in it, the helmet and liner and everything, which this helmet is basically unissued. It looked perfect condition. I might have overpaid for it, but it was one of my earlier helmets when I wasn't really good on value and everything. I was just buying anything I could, just about. Moving on here, I'm sorry, both of these are Ingersoll helmets. This one here is also an Ingersoll, which you notice it's got the 1980s woodland camo cover on it with the band. Post 74 chin strap setup. It's got a nice liner here with the replacement sweatband in it. This one is, I believe, an M58 liner. I might be wrong about that. I'm still kind of trying to learn my Vietnam era liners and all that kind of stuff. It's dated 1969. I paid $35 for this at an antique store. I think I did pretty good on that. Moving on here, this is a Parrish helmet. You see the outside's chipping. It's not in the best of condition. It's a Parrish helmet, and the liner in it is kind of cool. Let me pull it out. Check this out. It's got a rank on the front, and it's armored. It's a U.S. Armored Training Center liner. This was all covered up with paint. You can tell it's kind of a mess, but I uncovered this with some paint removal, which is really cool. This liner and chin strap setup, and I mean helmet setup, I paid $10 for this, which is really good, even though the helmet's not in the best of condition. So that was really neat. Moving on here, I've got another Parrish helmet. This one's been painted black. I'm not sure why, but no chin strap, no liner, nothing. Nothing real special about this one. Like I said, it's a Parrish also. I paid $10 for that one. This one right here, this one is a Ingersoll, and I paid $10 for it. No liner or anything, but I think that's a pretty good deal. And I'm gonna try it again to show you the type of font with the Ingersoll numbers. If I can pull it up there. Still trying to work on my camera angle, but I just don't think it's going to work out. But anyways, you can Google the numbers and you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the font of the numbers and everything. Like I said, I always plan before my videos. Check this out. These are all my notes from the 2 Vietnam videos. I always somewhat try to do my homework before I make a video. $10 on that one. Nothing real special, unfortunately. This one I also got for $10. No markings or anything. This one is a Parrish helmet. Got that for $10. This one right here beside it, I got this one. I'm sorry, this one is a Parrish helmet. Got it for $10. No liner, nothing. I mean, you can't really beat paying $10 for any helmet. But these are some I'm going to be selling, you know, or trading at the gun show, hopefully. And I got one more here. This one is also a Parrish, no liner or anything. So basically, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 or 6 helmets I paid $10 for. I mean, you really can't beat that, even though they're just the pot by themselves, no chin strap liner, nothing. You know, you can always, you know, trade them or use them as trade or something towards something else, you know. But so I'm not going to pass up on a $10 helmet. I actually got them all at the same time. Moving on here, I got this cap. This cap here is dated August 25th, 1959, which is really cool. It doesn't fit my big head, unfortunately, but I got it for $5, so it's a nice little display piece. This one right here is a cold weather cap, and this one folds down, and it's got wool on the inside to protect, you know, keep your ears and everything warm and stuff. That's really cool. Didn't see a date on this, which actually, I'm sorry, yes I did. This one's 1970. It's an A2, which would actually probably go along with my A2 naval deck jacket I just thought about. $5 on that. And lastly, I got these model 1944 goggles. They're dated 1974, like I said, right at the end of U.S. involvement in Vietnam. Original box there, and these are the goggles. Overall, they're in pretty good shape. The strap's kind of getting brittle, but see, I don't know if you can tell, underneath there it stays 1974. But overall, you know, I did good on that. I got that for $2, goggles and the box at an auction, which was awesome. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is part 2 of my Vietnam military collection. If you haven't watched part 1, please watch it. It's about my gear and jackets and different things. And this is just a video I was really glad I was able to put together as well as the first one. Like I said, always thank your veterans. Donate to the causes and everything. Show your respect and your appreciation for what these men and women do, because they go through a lot for us so we can be free. As always, guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you.